Hey everyone! So we all want to be more successful, focused, inspired and motivated. How about we learn from experts, some tried and tested techniques that will give us this shortcut to success. So hey, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. And this is ChetChat's masterclass on 5 books that you must read to be successful. Now before we begin, I'd like to give a big thanks to our sponsor, Storytel. Storytel is one of the world's first streaming service with unlimited listening or reading on your mobile phone. They have over 1 lakh titles in various genres in 6 different languages like English, Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, Marathi and Malayalam. And they have over 1 million subscribers worldwide. So I like to listen to my audiobooks on Storytel when I'm in the gym or I'm in the car. So I get to access this huge repository of books while I'm on the go. Now usually Storytel offers you this package of a 14-day free trial period followed by a 299 rupee a month package of unlimited access to their books, and you can also save them offline. But exclusively for ChetChat viewers, they've extended a 30-day free trial period. So I'm going to give you a link at the end of the video which you can use to access the Storytel app. So today I'm going to give you 5 books that I believe every student should read, and I would consider them life-changing books. So I will tell you a short story from each book, and I will also give you a bonus book review. So stay tuned right till the end. Book number 1, Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. So you've taken a decision. You've decided to give up smoking or junk food. And the first few weeks go like a breeze and you're feeling super confident and you're proud of yourself. But soon there's this temptation in front of you, you succumb, and then you're back to your old habits. If you've been through this cycle before, then you know the power of habit. When you should read this book? When you think you're procrastinating all the time, this is the book for you to pick up. And let me tell you a little story from the book. So Starbucks was once trying to motivate its baristas to smile at customers all the time. And they thought that how about we use the power of willpower. And they tried to train them to use their willpower to smile at customers. But they found that most of the time they were able to smile. But when the situation became very stressful, the baristas became grumpy. And they discovered that willpower is a muscle and that tires easily. So they said, how about we form a habit? So they introduced a technique called latte, which was a series of steps that the barista had to do every time they faced a stressful situation. Listening to the customer, acknowledging the customer, taking action, thanking the customer and explaining to the customer. And now with repeat practice, every time they faced a stressful situation, all they had to do was perform these series of activities and they were able to remain calm. So in this book, you will be able to find techniques to change your life one habit at a time. Book number 2 is called Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. This is a follow-up book to the bestseller Start With Why of the same author. This is a step-by-step tutorial that will help you find the purpose of your life, job satisfaction, or even your dream job. When you should read this book? When you're looking to find your dream job or a task that fulfills you. And I'll tell you this interesting story from this book about a paper manufacturing company that discovered that one of its salesmen consistently outperformed all the other salespeople on the team. And when they looked at his background or his experience, they found nothing unusual. So they accompanied him on a call, and that's where they found the real difference. While most salespeople would talk to the company about the quality of the product or the attractiveness of the price, the star salesman would focus on the vision of the company and their commitment to produce good quality paper. And the focus on the why of the mission was what created trust between the customer and the salesperson. And reading this book will give you a step-by-step guide to finding a commitment to your own purpose. Book number 3 is called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. There is a compelling drama going on in our minds. A film-like plot between two characters full of drama and tension. Character number 1 is the intuitive, impulsive, automatic System 1, and the second character is this thoughtful, calculating System number 2. And the way these two play off each other determines how we take decisions, how we judge, and how we act. When you want to read this book, when you want to avoid your bad decisions and be able to control your mind to always take the right decision. Now, here's an exciting story from the book. Let's say a ball and a bat together cost 110 rupees. And what if I told you that the bat costs 100 rupees more than the ball? Now, quickly tell me, how much does the ball cost? Chances are the first number that crossed your mind was 10 rupees. But that's the wrong answer. Think again, and the right answer is 5 rupees. So what happened that made us take this wrong decision? What happened actually was that System number 1 took control, relied on your intuition, and gave the answer fast. Now, normally, whenever you're faced with a complicated problem, System number 1 connects with System number 2, and they both together answer that complicated problem. But here, the first system, which is impulsive, got tricked into believing that this is an easy question and why don't I just answer it using my intuition. So this book will give you a host of such examples of how these two systems interplay within us, and that will make us aware of the wrong decisions sometimes that we take impulsively. Book number 4 is called Deep Work by Cal Newport. Now be honest with yourself. While watching this video, how many times has your phone beeped? And how many notifications have you attended to? The question is, what is the impact of these distractions on our focus and concentration? When should I read this book? When I'm trying to focus and concentrate and I'm not able to deal with distractions. And here's a story from the book that I want to share with you. A researcher at the University of Minnesota divided her students randomly into two groups, A and B. Now, both the groups had to solve a word puzzle followed by a quiz based on the word puzzle, and then they had to go and read some resumes and get into some hypothetical hiring situation. Now, the only difference was that Group A was interrupted during the puzzle halfway through and told to go on to the quiz, whereas Group B could complete the puzzle at their own time and go on to the quiz, and then they all went on to the resumes and the hiring decisions. Now the result, Group A performed badly on the hiring decisions. Why? Because they were interrupted during the puzzle and their mind continued to stay in the puzzle, and they were not able to mentally make a switch from that task onto the next task, and hence they performed badly. And the researcher used this activity to prove that multitasking is in fact bad for us in terms of productivity. In this book, you'll find great examples of techniques that you can use to increase your own focus and productivity. Book number 5 is called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Now, did you just go into a shop and buy some weird lamp just because the salesman forced you to buy it? Or did you donate to some obscure cause just because someone walked into your house and persuaded you to do that? And are you now kicking yourself for being so gullible? So when you should read this book is when you're either looking to persuade people or you're looking to prevent people from persuading you. So here's a story that I love from this book. The researcher walked up to a queue of people standing in front of a photocopier machine trying to make copies of paper. And she walked up to them and asked them if they would allow her to skip the line. Now, in the first instance, she just said, "Would you let me skip the line?" And 60% of them allowed her to skip the line. In the second situation, she said, "Would you allow me to skip the line because I'm in a hurry?" And 94% of the people allowed her to skip the line. But in the third case, she said, "Would you allow me to skip the line because I need to make copies?" And can you believe that 93% of the people allowed her to skip the line? So what she found with this and several other experiments was that people are mentally tuned to give you or grant you a favor if you give them a reason, any reason at all. So in this book, you'll find a host of examples and case studies of how people tend to get influenced or persuaded and how you can negotiate with people. And now for the bonus book tip. My favorite book on Storytel is Becoming by Michelle Obama. And the reason it's special is because on Storytel, you'll hear this book narrated by Michelle Obama herself. The story is part funny, heartwarming, enraging, sometimes indignant, but absolutely candid and straight from the heart. While talking about Barack Obama, she says, once we were married, his political commitments turned him into a human blur, a pixelated version of the guy I knew before. She talks about the Congress as being an ocean of whiteness and maleness, hoping to bring diversity into politics. She goes into her childhood, her piano lessons, she talks about her mother, her modest upbringing, and how she had to fight hard in school to overcome racial discrimination. And now, for the code that's going to give you this 30-day free trial at Storytel, and the code is right here up on the screen. I'll also put it below in the description box. Hey, and thanks for watching right till the end. I do hope you enjoyed the book reviews of my favorite books. And press the subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it. And give us a thumbs up if you like our work. And happy watching!